Greetings, everyone. The God in me salutes the God in you. My name is A Goddess Love Jameson. My website is agoddesslove.org, and my YouTube channel is A Goddess Loves Daily Inspiration for Abundant Living. I want to thank you all for tuning in and connecting with us today. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to know if you're still stuck in your past. I got a message in my inbox on Facebook, and I was asked to speak about how would you know if you're still stuck in your past. So number 1, we're going to just kind of dive right in. The first way to know if you're still stuck in your past is unforgiveness. If you have not forgiven the person, situation, or yourself for something that happened in the past, chances are you are still stuck there. See, what you're actually doing when you don't forgive is you hold that person and yourself captive in that experience. Now listen, people may offend you often, but it's your job to make sure that you forgive and you release daily the things that people say and do. It's not for them, it's for you. You know, you don't want to take into your tomorrow something that happened in your past. You want to be able to forgive and move forward. Now, I know you're saying, oh my God, but you don't know what they've done to me. And what they've done, it really hurt me. And I can't get over it. But I'm here to tell you, with love and God's grace and mercy and help, you can get through it. I know situations happen in life and they're hard, but there's always help and support here. And so I want to give you an affirmation that will help you to start your healing and your forgiving process. First, I forgive myself. Always start your affirmations with I forgive myself. And I want you to call the experience, the person, or the situation by name. And I want you to forgive it. And I'm going to give you an example. I went through a lot of heartache and pain with my children's father. And I'll use him over and over again because it's my story. And I am revealing parts of myself to be able to share, how I overcame and how I learned forgiveness and how I was able to move through some things in life. And so one of the affirmations that I said daily was I forgive Israel for not being what I wanted him to be. I forgive myself for blaming him and not being what I wanted him to be. So sometimes we have to call those people, situations, and experiences by name. And even though you may forgive it today and, a month later you may have a thought of something different the same person has done, but you're going to have to forgive that experience as well. And then, this is a part of the healing process. It's not like you can snap your finger and say, okay, I forgive everything and that's it. No, because in 6 months, you may have another thought and you may remember something else that person did. And you're going to have to forgive that person for that particular situation. So it's not a one-time thing. You snap your finger and that's it. I forgive him for all of this. No, I had to forgive every single offense that was made. Okay? So the affirmation, I forgive myself. I forgive the person, experience, situation. I free myself. I love myself. And I release Israel to God for his highest and greatest good. Okay, number 2. The second way to know if you're still stuck in your past is anger. If you can think of something that someone did to you or said to you or about you, and you still feel an emotion behind it, you're still stuck in the past. And that anger will include, a little bit of mild dislike. See, we've all had experiences with people that hurt us. And that's okay. We're in this life, we're in this world, and it's made up of good energy and negative energy. And so what we have to do is surround ourselves with the light of Christ to make sure that other people's negative energy don't get in. So it's about building up yourself daily in your most holy faith, keeping yourself in alignment with God and positive energy. So now, like I said, if you can think of something that someone did or said and you still have an emotion behind it, you're still stuck in your past. And we're going to have to release that anger. And here's the thing about anger. Anger turns into, it's not, you're not in your harmonious state. So anything that's not in alignment with harmony, you're not at ease, which creates a dis-ease in the body, which creates disease. So you don't want to hold on and harbor anger in your emotions and your feelings and your thought process, because those different expressions take place and they take root in your organs, in your cells, your muscles, your bones, your tissue. And so it's very important to release the anger. Number 3, how do you know if you're still stuck in your past? Low self-esteem and low self-confidence. If you're displaying low self-worth in your today, it's because somewhere in your past you picked up the feeling of not being good enough. Someone may have told you, oh, you'll never amount to nothing, you'll never be anything, you'll always be broke. I remember an uncle through marriage told me, he said, is that all you can do is push out babies? And I was 17 years old at the time, and I had 3 children. And that crushed me. My heart was so hurt and so broken that how can you say that to me? No, that's not all I can do, is just push out babies. But for years I carried that past conversation and made it a part of my daily reality. And it did not serve my life at all. Until one day I got enough courage and self-esteem, confidence within myself, and started living my life different, wanting and desiring to be better than I was. Not that I was a bad person, but I wanted more out of my life. And he couldn't see that. He didn't know my heart's desire. All he saw was what was on the surface, the outside experience, which was I had 3 children at 17. And so he thought in his mind that that was my forever reality. But I knew that there was greatness on the inside of me. I knew that about myself. So my point is, you're going to have to release what somebody told you, what somebody said about you that made you feel that you wasn't good enough or less than. Because their words doesn't matter. Their opinions about you does not matter. If my uncle through marriage could see me now, if he could see me now, and I'm sure he can, he's in the spirit world, he's probably looking now in admiration and being proud of me, of the woman that I've become. Because the girl that I started out as on this journey is not the woman that I have become. But I've gone through all the fire and the purification to get me to where I am today. And so, again, number 3, how do you know you're still stuck in your past? Is if in today you have not built up your self-esteem and your self-confidence, still believing and living in somebody else's truth about you and not your own truth. Let's go to number 4. How do you know if you're still stuck in your past? Well, if you are replaying your old tapes. And what I mean by that is what somebody did, what somebody said, you're replaying this in your mind over and over again of what you should have done and what you should have said. You're stuck. You're stuck in the past. And you're constantly reliving what somebody said or what somebody did. And you really don't want to, again, those experiences of the past is in the past. And when you think about them and you're dwelling on them constantly, you're bringing them into your present moment. And in your present moment, this is where your power is. So everything that you think and feel and speak in this present moment is creating your tomorrow. So all the things of your past that no longer serves you, leave it there. And if the thought come up, forgive the situation quickly and move through it quickly. You don't want to, when a thought come in, a negative thought about something that happened in the past, recognize that thought for what it is, forgive, and then move through it. You don't want to continue to just harbor on that thought, because guess what? As you're thinking it, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to start visualizing it all over again. And then you're going to start feeling it all over again. And that's not what you want, because remember, your point of power is in the now. Say that with me. My point of power is in the now. So right here, right now is where your power to create exists. And so what you want to do is create from the point of now your tomorrow. So again, everything that happened in the past, let's leave it there. If a thought tries to creep in, recognize it, forgive it, send love to the experience, get it out of your mind, replace it with another thought, a positive thought. I'm going to give you an example. Whenever I think about something that my children's father did, maybe an area in me where the light has not completely shined on something, immediately if I think of something that he did, I would send love to him. And my prayer, my affirmation would be, Father, I thank you for the experience. I send love and light to Israel, and I release myself from this thought, from this experience, and then I move into something else. I release it and I move into something else. I bless him on his journey. I bless him in his life, and I keep going. I don't stay stuck in what he did and what he should have did and what he could have did and all of that. No, it didn't happen. It did not happen, and that's okay. It's a part of the journey. The next thing, 5 ways to know if you're still stuck in your past. If you have trust issues, ladies, this is for you. If a man cheated on you in your past and you get into a new relationship and you have all these trust issues, you cannot hold that new man accountable for the things that that old man did. You can't do that. That's even with a job. If something happened on your previous job and you're at a new job and things are not going smoothly or harmoniously, Everybody is not the same. And if you're having trust issues, it's because something happened in your past that you can't get past it. And so now you're making everybody in your present pay for what somebody else did in your past. So I would invite you guys to really pay attention to your feelings and really pay attention to what's running your life. What thoughts are running your life? What emotions are running your life? What are you feeling? What feelings are running your life? 5 ways to know if you're still stuck in your past. Let's recap. Unforgiveness, anger, low self-esteem and confidence, replaying your old tapes, and trust issues. I told my husband of today, I said, sweetheart, if I allowed everything that happened in my past with Israel, and I'm going to give you an example. Israel and I had a bank account, and he spent all the money in the bank account, and then he kept overdrawing, going to the bank, overdrawing the account, like almost $500 to $700. The account was overdrawn because he kept going in, taking out money that was not there, and the bank allowed him to continue to overdraft through the ATM. And so when I got married, I told my husband, he asked if we would have a joint account. Now, I don't let the past control, dictate, or run my present moment. My husband was not Israel, and there was no need to not trust him. He was not him. Now, any other person would say, you know what, I got burned in the past, and I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to go through that again. But it's not the same person. It's not the same person. You have to give life a chance. Every different aspect of life, you have to give it a chance. Because here's the thing, I changed. I changed it because I was different. I knew that I wasn't going to attract, or my new husband that I attracted in my today's time was not, he was not Israel. He was not the person that I attracted 15 years ago. So at the level of consciousness that I was at 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I attracted Israel into my life, actually, I take that back. It's been 29 years I attracted Israel into my life. I was 15 years old. So in that consciousness, I attracted him. When I met my husband, when I was 39, in that consciousness, I attracted him. So what would make you think you would attract the same person unless you just absolutely did not change? You know, you just refused to change in your life. So the point that I'm making is, there was no way I could attract another Israel's energy into my life unless I absolutely did not change. Absolutely. So I wasn't going to have trust issues in my marriage because of what somebody else did in my past. So, I hope this message has blessed you. Please tune in every day for more daily inspiration for abundant living. If you have any questions and you would like for me to answer them, I will definitely do another video and bless you and help you as best as I can. Again, my name is A Goddess Love Jameson. I love you guys. Until next time, be blessed, be happy, and be free.